Good morning. I want to make a simple, easy statement about why you may be drinking or using or why you may be unhappy. The biggest stressor in your life, I would wager, is your job. And here's the reason why that you may not know. Because you and I, everyone around us, we identify with our jobs. We become our jobs. Sometimes we are doing things with the money in our jobs that isn't even our money, but we handle it and we make decisions and bullshit's happening and stuff's not working and we take that home like it was our money. Gosh, it's my money. I got to make this work for this company. Well, yes, you're supposed to do a good job, but taking that stuff home, taking that stressor home, needing to take the edge off by drinking or using or whatever. Or look, if you're just a normal person and you don't have those issues, just living a life that's less full because you're always stressed out as hell because of your job. You're not your job. And I can promise you, I've worked enough of them at a high level and at regular, just simple, mindless jobs where people are let go, somebody comes in, takes their job, they're not even missed. It's happened to me before, not even missed. And you feel like there should be some type of little party for your going away or something like that. It's like, no, look, it's a job. And anymore in 2023, you are replaceable. And if that's the case, what are the dreams that the world either convinced you couldn't have or took from you that you didn't pursue, that in this one lifetime and final decade or whatever you have left, decades, you could pursue and be happy. You could pursue and find purpose, because out of purpose, routine, community, and spirituality, I believe that purpose and spirituality are the most important. If you wake up every day and it is like, fuck, life sucks. That's why there's a liquor store in every corner, because it's the only thing that makes us feel better. It's the only thing that makes us feel like we can relax, like we can forget about all the responsibility of this job we don't enjoy. Now listen, don't get me wrong, you may have a job you love, and that is fantastic, but you will still be easily replaced if something happens, I promise you. So, from here, moving forward, can you look inside and ask, what are the things I wish I was doing? What's a hobby that I let go because I had kids or because my job is too busy? There's so many people here that leave early, die, or come back because they've got to get back to work. I've got to get back to work. And it's like, look, I'm not making fun of anybody. I was that person a while ago. It's like, I got to get back to my identity. I got to get back to what I know. This morning in meditation, there's a kid here who says, self-admittedly that he's bipolar, and that he's got all these other things going on with him. And, he told me today, I have a hole in my nose the size of a nickel. It's called a deviated septum, and that's what happens when you do too much cocaine. It rots the septum between your two nostrils. That's a real thing. And he was going to meditate for the first time, and our spiritual leader Crow was in there, and I was in there, and Crow was like, we're going to do 15 minutes so we don't blow this guy's mind and let him get into meditation and help him. And it's so crazy. If you read The Untethered Soul, the chapter 1 and chapter 2 talk about your inner roommate, your inner voice that's always talking and saying crazy things, and then something answers that thing, and you're the one who hears it, so it's not you, but that voice is the world. That voice is your parents, is tradition, is all these things passed down to you of what you're supposed to be, what you're not supposed to do, and what you can't have, and it's always in your head. And as soon as this meditation was over, Crow and I sit up and we're ready to go with that and be quiet and go be with the stillness that we found. And this kid right away is like, I think I had an epiphany. And then he's like, wait, what time is it? It's like this little thing in your head's like, God, get me back to being comfortable. I've been quiet for too long. I can't do this. Get me back to my job. I don't know what to do by myself. I've lost all my passions and my hobbies. I don't know who I am anymore, but my job tells me who I am, and I'm a dad. So I got those two things, and that's who I am. And it's like, this is why we're unhappy. This is why we're so easily controlled, because the world knows we got to pay for our mortgage, we got to pay for our car. Inflation keeps going up, so you're more and more trapped. Your money's worth less. And here we are in this place where we know nothing about mindfulness. We know nothing about our inner self. Our traumas, we're not going to go work on our traumas. We don't have time for that shit. I don't want to be sad. I'm already sad enough with all this other bullshit. Oh my gosh, there's a big blue heron just flying by right now. Wow. Huge. You can't even see. But I'll tell you this, I've been here now for almost 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. yesterday. And the things that are changing is the mental clarity on the shit that I've done, the things that have happened to me in addiction that I have chosen because I chose to try certain things. And the clarity is who really has been here for me. The clarity is what I really want my life to be like, unapologetically, without worrying about what you think of me or what you'll think of my choice of the life I want and how simple it is. And I'm starting to find inner peace. But I've started with routine. I stick to it. My spirituality has never been better. I'm working on my purpose. And the community I'm slowly starting to find. So today, from this, remember, you're not your job. If you're not your job and you're not your money, you're not your possessions, who are you? If you're struggling, if you've been struggling for years to be happy, answer that question. If you're not your job, you're not your money, and you're not your possessions, who are you in the dark? And do you love being that person?